I'd like to thank USENIX for the amazing Flame Award for Lifetime Achievement. It's a great honor, especially at a time when the industry at large seems to be going in a direction that's not the one I would have chosen. I'd also like to thank Bell Labs, and especially Doug McElroy, for taking a chance on a pugnacious youngster. I'd like to thank Google, and especially Wayne Rosing, for taking a chance on a pugnacious oldster. And I'd also like to thank Renee, my partner for many years, who's been such a big part of my life, including some of the things that I'm being awarded for. I'd also like to take a minute to talk about USENIX itself, which has been such a big part of my career. I gave many talks at USENIX conferences, all the way from Cat-V considered harmful to the first public presentation, as far as I know, of UTF-8. And there's many others in between. Those are well known. What may be less well known is the incredibly important and somewhat surprising part USENIX took in my own career. In 1984, there was a Boulder conference in January for USENIX, and a bunch of us went up to do some skiing. I had never skied before. I went along just to see what it would be like. I took one trip down after renting some skis, decided it wasn't for me, came back, handed my skis back in, and just went into the lodge to hang out, where Ian Johnson, who was working at Bell Labs at the time, came by to chat. And one thing led to another. I eventually got a job at Bell Labs, and in fact a connection to Australia, which is where I live now. And so that was a pretty major moment in my life, although in retrospect a bit of a surprise. And then in 2002, I gave a talk at the File System Conference for USENIX in Monterey. It actually wasn't my work. I was giving a talk for Sean Dorward and Sean Quinlan, who had written Venti, a paper that won the best paper at the conference, even though it had nothing to do with my presentation. But as a result of that opportunity, I got to meet Sharon Pearl and Sanjay Gemawat at Google. We had a conversation, and again, one thing led to another, and eventually I ended up working at Google. So USENIX has been a really important thing to me, which makes this award all the more meaningful. And I'd like to thank you very much for this delightful honor. Again, thank you.